Hello students and welcome back to our English slang video series. In this 23rd video, we will be covering a abbreviated slang word, sus. When something or someone is being sus, we're going to tell you what that means. What is it shortened for? I'm sure you all are aware which words sus could be referring to, but it's similar to fam, right? Fam for family. Sus, we're going to talk about exactly what it means. We're going to give you some examples, and we're going to give you some instances of how and where and when it's used in an English sentence. So I'm excited to talk about sus with you all. My name is Ben with English from A to Z, and let's get started. So what does sus mean? Again, like I said, sus is shortened as a slang word for suspicious, suspect, or suspicion. So depending on what the context of the sentence is, but it could mean suspect, suspicion, or suspicious mainly. There might be one or two others I'm forgetting here, but think of it as being short for, okay, that's suspicious, that's suspect, or that I have my suspicions, or I'm suspicious. It is known as a recent slang word for the Generation Z or late millennial cohort. You know, I've only really heard about sus for the past couple of years. When I was younger, it wasn't really much of a slang word, but I think with Generation Z, the latest generation, in terms of young adults, it's pretty popular, and with some millennials, in my view. Now, when someone uses this slang, it gives the impression that someone or something or something is off. Something doesn't feel right, something's questionable, or someone is being dishonest, or they're not being fully truthful, or they're not giving you the whole full story with their actions or words. So something could be off, something's a little bit suspicious, or something is sus. A person could be sus, a situation, an event could be sus too. So just think of it as when something is off, when something's not right, or someone's being dishonest, or there's a questionable kind of atmosphere in the air. And I'm going to give you two sentence examples back to back where sus could be used. So Tony thought Arthur was acting sus because he didn't want to go out to play with him and his friends, and instead decided to study for his test. Tony assumed Arthur's being sus lately was because his mom was mad and wanted him to study more for his exam at home. So, Tony was suspicious or sus about Arthur, or thought Arthur was acting sus because he didn't want to go out to play with him and his friends, and instead decided to study for his test, which is apparently, Arthur enjoys playing with Tony and Tony's friends, but in this case, Arthur assumed his suspicious or suspect behavior because his mom or mother was mad and wanted him to study more for his exam at home. So you could be acting sus, you could be being sus, you could be, we got to think about verbs: to be, to act, to do, to behave suspicious or sus. So think about it that way. It's kind of an adjective that complements the verb, right? So to act suspicious, to be suspicious, you shorten it to be sus or being sus, to act sus or acting sus, or to do sus. So think of it that way. When someone uses the slang variety with you, think about how sus could be used for someone who's not telling the truth, who is changing their behavior, who might be dishonest or is acting questionable. That's sus. Again, when we think of how sus can be used in terms of expressing it in English, think of the following ways, like in terms of expressing it. That's sus. It feels sus to him, or it feels sus to her. It sounds very sus to me. I'm getting sus. And you are acting sus. So again, sus can be used as an adjective, usually in the middle or end of a sentence. We don't really say sus on its own. We say it's sus, that's sus, you're being sus, I'm sus. We usually say it's in the middle or end of a sentence. It could be a very short sentence, like it feels sus to him, or it sounds very sus to me, or you are acting sus about so and so, or I'm getting sus of you, I'm getting sus of your friend. So sus, right, as a slang word, it's considered an adjective, usually used in the middle or end of a sentence, not really at the beginning. So keep that in mind. And it often comes after the verb, not before the verb. So we wouldn't say Tony thought Arthur was sus acting or Arthur's sus being. No, we wouldn't say that. We'd say being sus or being suspicious, acting suspect. The sus, as the slang word in English, if you're going to hear it or use it, comes after the main verb. To act, to do, to be, to feel, that kind of thing. So keep that in mind. Sus can be used in the middle of the sentence, as it is in these examples back to back. And, it can be used at not on its own. You don't just say sus, right? In English, you say that's sus, it's sus. It can be very short, the expression. It can also be part of a very long sentence, so keep that in mind as well. And then remember, it sounds very sus, you are acting sus. The verb comes before the adjective, usually in the middle or end of the sentence. So thank you so much for watching. This was fun. I don't use sus, really, but this is a very popular slang word in English, and I've seen it on commercials, I've seen it in videos, I've seen it used by people younger than me, so keep it in mind. Make sure you know what it means, even if you don't use it. I'm not big on using slang, but you're likely to hear it. You can use it with your friends, maybe not with your family, but people around your age. So I enjoyed this I enjoyed this current English slang video, our 23rd by my count in this series on sus. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other great YouTube videos, from learning the entire English alphabet from A to Z to fixing your sentence, pronunciation, or spelling errors to improve your grammar. Please hit the like button below this video, or hit the subscribe button below as well, this video here, to follow us here on our YouTube channel and to be alerted about our newest videos, such as this one. If you have any questions or would like to subscribe to our official newsletter, go to our website, please, www.englishfromat2z.com/newsletter. Thank you all so much for watching again, and I'll see you all soon for another English slang video. Take care now. Bye-bye.